Hey everyone, Vegan Cupid here. Today I have a very special guest. Her name is Marena, and she completed my 10-week program. So now it's time to do our fun little video together, um, which you'll learn all about her. Okay, so if you are watching this video and you are interested in potentially connecting with Marina, all you have to do is fill out a profile in my Veg Love Vault. Send me a message. Tell me you filled out a profile and you're interested in connecting with her. I will check it out. And if it's a good match, you will hear from me. Okay. So let's meet Marina. Thank you, Marina, for being here. And so you saw me on the Chef AJ show. You booked a call with me, and it's been a wonderful experience. And so yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Um, I guess I'll start with what I do and then a little bit about me. So I'm an IT program or product manager that I create technology solutions that partner with our real estate and people strategies for our company. What that really means is that I create guidelines and innovative technology solutions that impact the 280,000 people in our company and all of our guests and clients. One of the cool things, as an example, I'm working on right now is alternative reality, augmented reality, mixed reality type of solutions in order to bridge the gap between everybody working from home right now in collaboration. So that's an example of that. I don't have any children, but I do have dogs. I love them very much. They're my family. I like to volunteer at rescue and adoption events for all kinds of animals. I play the cello for fun. I'm recently changing instruments and have been teaching myself how to play the cello over the last couple of years. I like to exercise. I like to do things like run, bike, hike, go on little day adventures, things like that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And tell us, share please, what your journey has been to veganism.
Sure. When I was younger, I was on again, off again vegetarian. And part of the reason for that was the difficulty of the environment around me to really fully commit to being vegetarian. And that'll come up in the future, I'm sure. But then some of my family members got cancer and pretty young. And I had been reading science um, literature around plant-based diets, whole food plant-based diets, and just the amazing evidence of it being a healthy diet for all kinds of reasons. And at the same time, my sister and I started talking about it at the same time, and we just said it's time. We had both been vegetarian in the past. And so at that point, 10 years ago, with our family members being terminal from cancer, we said it's time and haven't looked back since.
That's wonderful. And so why is it important for you to find a partner who is also vegan?
Yeah, I think it's a change that I made in my life so that I could live my most authentic life, and that was always a disconnect for me. Like being vegetarian previously, and moving into veganism, there's always been this pull in my soul around environment, animal welfare, health, and wellness, and so to deny that and not be vegan was creating tension in my life. And so so it's important for me to be in alignment with myself, and part of that is being with someone who fundamentally gets that, who fundamentally we start off with these major values in alignment with each other.
Yeah, and it makes such a big difference. It really, really does. And so what brings you joy?
um, I think joy really comes from within. And so the way that I practice joy is I have a practice of daily gratitude. Um, And I can tell a difference in my day when I don't start out this way, but I actually start out every day looking back over the last 24 hours and identifying at least 3 things that I'm grateful for, that I'm grateful for and bring me joy, and then also my intention for the day, so that I make sure that I'm being intentional and being authentic to myself. So things like when I'm out on a walk with my dogs and like the trees are all different colors in the fall, like just seeing that picture in my mind and being grateful for that beauty. And I talk out loud and say that to my dog when we're walking, but things like that bring me joy. It just small stuff.
I love that. That's really beautiful. And we cover quite a bit of that in the 10-week program as well, right? Because I'm with you. It's all about practicing gratitude and recognizing the small things. It makes such a big difference.
And it does contribute to a mindset shift daily. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think it helps happiness.
100%.
Happy. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And so, if your friends had to describe you in one word, what would that word be?
So I've had to ask friends this before for past like events or things I've been a part of. And so one of the words they use to describe me is courageous. So I will do the hard thing, maybe even the unpopular thing, if I believe it's the right thing, in order to make or drive change, and also to challenge the status quo. Like when you work in a big company that I work in, there's a lot of status quo, and some of that stuff's been around for a reason, and you just need to question things without an ulterior motive. And so being someone that will stand up and ask those questions and not fear the result of those. So I would say courageous.
I love that. And you totally are courageous, and you're living proof of that right now, because it takes a lot of guts to be doing what you are doing right now. And a lot of people wouldn't even think twice. Like they would be a complete no. So I applaud you for being courageous and doing this.
And a little bit of vulnerability. And that's
Totally. 100%. And I mean, that's what it takes. You have to put yourself out there. You have to try new things. You have to be open-minded in order to go to find what you're looking for. So
agreed.
yeah. So tell me, what are you looking for in a partner?
Yeah, good question. So I'm looking for an honest, loyal, motivated, thoughtful person, a secure man who loves dogs, not just tolerates them, and has a growth mindset. Like I have a growth mindset. I continue to want to learn. I'm inquisitive. I challenge things not because I think it's wrong, but because I want to learn something and know something and see a different perspective. I want someone who has goals, who believes in goal setting and sees the value in that, and someone who's flexible and expresses their feelings. Somebody that's emotionally intelligent, can communicate. But doesn't take themselves too seriously. That's important. I'm generally all of those things, and I don't take myself too seriously. I can laugh at myself. I'm open to meeting somebody anywhere. Looking for like 45 to 55-ish kind of person. Children are okay. And then I'm looking for someone who enjoys going on adventures, sorry. Taking those hikes, going and checking out a new restaurant, going to a historical site or some random place that we just pick on the map someday, but is also equally happy to lounge around on a weekend day. So that's,
I love that. And remember, must love dogs.
yes.
Makes
Right.
a huge difference. So if you're not into dogs, please don't waste anyone's time. And so what's one thing that you're really excited to bring to the table in a relationship?
Yeah. I think the first thing that comes to mind is me. I'm excited to bring me to a relationship. I have the courage to be vulnerable. And so I think that makes me a really good partner to communicate with. Like I said, I have a desire to be a good partner. I communicate first by listening to understand. and then assuming positive intent in people. And so I also bring a good dose of sarcasm and dogs to a relationship. So
I love that. And so, do you have any deal breakers that someone watching needs to be aware of?
I don't think that we have to say it, but I will say it. Like, if you don't love dogs, like you just tolerate them, you're not the person for my lifestyle. You just won't understand me. And then no smokers and no cheaters. So
Yep.
that's it.
And just for fun, tell me one totally random thing about yourself.
Um, so I used to live in the Pacific Northwest for many, many years. And there they have really long worms, like over foot long worms. And I used to stop the car as I'm like driving in or out of the driveway when it's been raining to move the worms so that I wouldn't run over them and kill them. Like, we need to like keep them safe. And they would also like crawl into the garage. So I would go out and do worm duty and get them out of the garage before they dried up and, turned crispy, to make sure they're doing their job in the soil. So I know it makes me sound weird, but
no, it makes you, people will see how caring and how sweet and awesome you are. So is there anything else that you'd like to mention that you possibly haven't yet?
I don't think so. I think we need to leave some things a mystery. And if there's anyone who's potentially interested, then we'll learn more then.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. And again, anyone watching, if you are interested in being considered as a potential match, if you are a woman and you have a man in mind, please share this video with him. Okay. So I'll post the link below. You just have to fill out a profile in the Veg Love Vault and send me a message letting me know that you're interested in connecting with Marena. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.